Let's say you're going down a path and there's an obstacle on that path. A, would you move it out the way so that it would be an easier passage for you and the people behind you? Or B, would you leave it there, go around, and it would be a harder path for the people after you? Hello everyone, welcome to Profound Perspective, where we discuss everyday life issues that affect us and prefer different perspectives of possible solutions by looking at the bigger picture and working towards the greater good. My name is Hauwa Kiyawa. Let's get into it. The youth have always been seen as incapable of taking care of themselves, talk less of taking care of the society that we live in. In Nigeria, our minds have been tailored to believe that the youth have no capacity to shoulder the responsibilities of leading the life of value, in turn, making better and great judgment. On one end, I would say I partly agree with the general misconception, and on another end, I would say the youth are definitely underestimated. Hear me out. Why I say I partly agree with the general misconception and the assumption of the degree of youth irresponsibility is because of the structure that we have, and anything of structure has to be built from the ground up. If nothing is built from the ground up, the foundation is definitely going to be easily destroyed, as well as that structure that has been put on top of that foundation. So without that structure, we don't have the morals, responsibility, and the direction, and the little sprinkle of self-awareness to know that the youth lack that structure. That is one end. And on the other end, I would say that I really disagree, because without that structure, as I said, you cannot have something that is substantial. So if nothing is substantial, you could not have built those morals, you could not have direction or have those responsibilities in which you can build yourself and be where you need to be, how you need to be, and knowing that you have a future and be productive as well. So why I said they're underestimated is because they've not been given that enabling environment. They've not been given that opportunity for them to come out and shine and do the needful. We would have to go back to basics. The reason I said we have to go back to basics is everything is built on family and morals. So if the youth from the background are not taught how to act, how to behave, their responsibility, and then them putting back into the society, then obviously they would not have that self-responsibility and societal responsibility in knowing that you have to put back for you to get back. If you're not putting in back, you are not getting in back. It's the same thing. If you don't give money, you won't get what you need. When it comes to buying anything, whether it's trade by barter or using a currency to get whatever it is that you need to get. So, as I asked earlier, would you move that obstacle from the path, or would you leave it there? A person has to have a sense of responsibility for you to know that when you take away that obstacle from that path, it is easing that path for you for when you return. It is easing that path for the people behind you, and for them to know that there is that, as I said, enabling environment where it is smoother for them, less hassle for them to think of, for it to be a stepping stone for them to have things easily done. But when you leave it there, you move around it. You go and you come back, it's still going to be there, and then you're going to move around it. When the next person comes, obviously, if there isn't that sense of responsibility, that person will leave it there, go, and come back. And this is the biggest problem that we have in our society, whereby we always call out our leaders, we call out the infrastructure, we call out the system that they're not doing what they need to do. But then, what are we doing? What change are we instilling, or what change are we being that we want to see in the world? So if this person comes to that path, does not take it off. The next person comes, doesn't take it out, and another, and another, and another. But the thing is, all those people that move past that obstacle are expecting the next person to take it out. So if nobody does it, who will? This is our experience, this is our life, and this is what is going on in the society. So as I digressed back to the question, I'm going to move back to the family. The reason I said moving back to the family, we have to go back to basics in the sense that if from the home, as I said, charity begins at home. So people go through their lives living what they've learned from home, from their mothers, from their fathers, from their uncles, from their neighbors, because it takes a village to, train a child. So when they pick those bad characters, lack of responsibilities, lack of morals, that is what they depict into the society. And at the end of the day, those are going to be our leaders. So what we need to do first off is think of the background, going back to the root of the problem, because no matter how much we try as much as possible to say that we're going to fix the system, fix education, fix health, fix environment, fix this and that. If we do not fix ourselves, there is nothing that could go on. There's nothing that could move further. There is nothing that we can achieve, because at the end of the day, to be honest, I feel like in Nigeria, we have a lot of development in other aspects, aside from those important aspects that are supposed to impact our lives. For example, when it comes to the entertainment industry, or moving forward, when it comes to festivities, let's say having festivals, having fairs, and all of that, we're moving forward, we get into the top of the top. But at the end of the day, when it comes to our education, especially in the North, we have the most out-of-school children. Aside from that, when it comes to our health, we have the worst health sector. When we move to other sectors in our system, we see that they are nowhere near where we can get to. So come with me on this journey so that we can nitpick on ourselves to know what we need to do, where we need to be, prefer possible solutions in order for us to get to those heights, be productive, be a greater people, as well as being a greater self. As always, they say, be the change you want to see in the world. It starts with you. It starts with me. It starts with everyone around us. It starts from us taking accountability. It starts from us asking ourselves, am I on the right moral compass? Aside from being on the right moral compass, am I trying to better myself? Because if each and every one of us tries to do or be in a space where they attain the greater good, it will not only come back to you, it will be shared all around, and hopefully we'll get out of the rut that we are always complaining about. Let us do something about it. So let me leave this with you. Do you think that the youth are ready to shoulder responsibility and take charge? Take out the old and bring in the new. You tell me. That's it on today's episode. See you on the next one.